Right, breaking news that's coming in at the top of this hour. The Election Commission has imposed a 48-hour ban on BJP leader and candidate in the Assembly elections, Rahul Sinha. The BJP, in fact, the Election Commission has issued this notice, this ban on Rahul Sinha without giving him any sort of notice. That ban order, in fact, goes into effect from 12 noon right now. It will stay into effect till 12 noon, the 15th of April. A 48-hour ban on Rahul Sinha for his very controversial statement that he made in the wake of the very tragic incident in Sitalkuchi, Cooch Behar on April 10. My colleague Aishwarya is joining me live from the Election Commission in Delhi. Aishwarya, bring us up to speed with why the Election Commission has banned Rahul Sinha from campaigning for the next 48 hours.
Well, let me tell you, following this ban, as you rightly said, is in effect from 12 noon today and will be in effect for the next 48 hours. Let me also tell you the Election Commission is of the clear notice and they are of the clear view what Rahul Sinha said. And he did say in one of the speeches that the central forces should have killed not 4 but 8 people, which is something which is factually incorrect. The Election Commission, in fact, in its report also said that the central forces had opened fire in self-defense and no one was killed by the central forces. So this is definitely going against the report which has been given to the Election Commission, and also the Commission says this is a very urgent matter. This is a violation of the Model Code of Conduct, because of which, follow me, they did not give any notice to the leader. They had strictly and in effect directly given this order without giving any kind of notice to Rahul Sinha. Follow me.
Right, so a campaign ban on BJP leader and candidate in the Assembly elections, Rahul Sinha, for his provocative statement in the wake of the incident in Sitalkuchi, Cooch Behar, where he said, I wonder if the central forces should have in fact killed 8 of them instead of 4 of them. I'll ask my camera person Sajid to just pan the camera around. We're staying with this story, with this breaking piece of information, but we can see several Trinamool Congress workers who are arriving at the protest site right now on bikes, carrying flags in support of the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, who's sitting alone right behind me on protest against the Election Commission's ban against her for 24 hours for 2 statements. They say one, her appeal to Muslims to stay united, and a second statement where she asked women voters to get out central forces. Now the Election Commission has acted against the BJP as well for its provocative statement. Rahul Sinha being banned from campaigning for 48 hours starting 12 noon today. He hasn't been given any notice as of yet because this ban comes into effect immediately given the seriousness of the nature. Rahul Sinha, remember, in the wake of the tragic incident where 5 persons lost their lives in Sitalkuchi, Cooch Behar on April 10th, on polling day in that assembly constituency, had said the central forces should have killed at least 8 of them. Why only stop at 4? A very provocative statement which the Election Commission says will create a law and order situation. It is mocking human life and is trying to instigate the central forces and definitely cannot be allowed to pass, and hence Rahul Sinha being stopped from campaigning for the Assembly elections. He is, of course, contesting the Assembly elections as well. He has been stopped from campaigning for the Assembly elections as well. My colleagues, in fact, continue to be with me live on this story. Aishwarya is with me right now. Aishwarya, the Trinamool Congress basically says that they have made 1,900 complaints, they say, since the start of these elections to the Election Commission, but the Election Commission hasn't acted on any of those complaints. That's their protest against the Election Commission and their, of course, alleged biased nature as is being alleged by the Trinamool Congress. That is their allegation. But the Election Commission, what are they telling you? We know that 2 notices have gone out to BJP leaders, one to Shubhendu Adhikari and now one to Rahul Sinha. But what is the Election Commission telling you? They have, of course, taken a very strict view of the kind of aspersions that the Chief Minister of West Bengal has been making against the Election Commission. They have been replying to her in various letters.
Well, definitely, following the Election Commission has been replying to Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee also, in her response on the 8th of April, very clearly said that the kind of statements which the Election Commission is looking at, similar statements, in her opinion, in Mamata Banerjee's opinion, were also made by the Prime Minister. But let me tell you, Mamata Banerjee is the Chief Minister of the state. When she goes and when she tells the woman, this is the view of the Election Commission, when she tells the woman gear out the central forces. And we did see in the review report which was submitted by the CEO of West Bengal to the Election Commission, the CEO very clearly said the people at the booth where the open fighting took place were trying to mob, they were trying to hit the central forces, whereas the central forces fired in self-defense, and that too, it was an open fire. The central forces did not target anyone in particular. So the Election Commission is very clearly saying all the bans which have taken place, follow me, and they have banned not just TMC leaders. The notices have also been gone to BJP leaders. BJP leaders have also been banned. So the Election Commission is saying all the decisions that they are taking on the basis of the videos which have been submitted from West Bengal to them by both the parties, also by the CEO, and they are also going by the transcription which has been given to them. And in all the cases, they are very clearly saying, be it TMC leaders or be it BJP leaders, all of them are violating the model code of conduct, because of which we are seeing this latest one also. And for me, it's a big deal. They have not given any notice to Rahul Sinha, directly have issued an order, because the EC, I believe this is something which is very urgent, and the ban has taken place immediately. Follow me.
Right. Aishwarya, thank you so much for bringing us all of those developments from the Election Commission of India. A 48-hour campaign ban imposed on BJP leader and candidate Rahul Sinha for his provocative statement saying, why did the central forces kill only 4? They should have killed 8. That would have taught them a lesson. The Central Election Commission saying this is in fact instigating a law and order situation on the ground. My colleague Indrajit Kundu is now joining me live from the Dharna site at the Gandhi Murti in Kolkata, where Mamata Banerjee has been protesting this morning since 11:35 a.m. Indrajit, bring us the report from the ground. What do you see around you? We can see that a lot of Trinamool supporters and workers are arriving on bikes, are walking up to this protest site in solidarity with the Trinamool Supremo and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee.
Well, that's right, Paulomi. As I said, this entire dharna will be high on optics, and that is exactly what is happening. Mamata Banerjee, of course, had to start the dharna from 12 noon. However, she was 20 minutes earlier, so around 11:40 is when Mamata Banerjee came and sat here. You can see the media, of course, has been cordoned about 50 meters away from Mamata Banerjee. We can only see her alone with her own stuff. We can see a jhola that she's carrying at this point in time, and she's speaking to people over the phone. So she's alone here, no party leaders so far, only Mamata Banerjee alone sitting here on dharna at this point in time, and of course flanked by her supporters. So, behind us, of course, it's behind our lens, there is a lot of media presence. A lot of people, a lot of Trinamool Congress supporters have already started pouring in. In fact, women supporters have started pouring in. At the same time, what we do see, of course, is that a group of, celebrities, people from other walks of life, singers, filmmakers, musicians, some religious leaders, Buddhist religious leaders and Muslim religious leaders, they have all gathered here in protest, and as the day progresses, we can expect more people to come and join in at the dharna site. So behind me, of course, is Mamata Banerjee, all alone sitting in protest against the Election Commission's decision, what she has termed them as undemocratic. So Mamata Banerjee calling the Election Commission's ban on her election campaign for 24 hours undemocratic, and she is out there on a dharna. And this even as, mind you, this location that she is sitting on a dharna, it's basically maintained by the Army's Eastern Command. And just a short while back, we were given to understand that the Eastern Command authorities have said that they are yet to give an NOC. We'll have to check whether the NOC has finally arrived with the Trinamool Congress or not, because the formal application for an NOC was sent at around 9:40 this morning. So Mamata Banerjee out here on a dharna. Later in the evening, Mamata Banerjee would be conducting 2 rallies, 2 public meet, but only after the ban is lifted post 8 o'clock. So exactly at 8:15 is when Mamata Banerjee will be addressing a public meet at Barashat in North 24 Pargana district. And of course, after that, she will be addressing a public meeting at Salt Lake in Bidhan Nagar, Bidhan Sabha segment. So of course, Mamata Banerjee's campaign, in a sense, delayed today, which was supposed to happen all through the day, will happen later in the evening. But Mamata Banerjee, as I said, is playing on the offense right now. That's the best that she knows as a politician. And therefore, Mamata Banerjee out on the streets of Kolkata, here at the Gandhi statue. If my camera person can pan and show that here is the Gandhi statue where we are all located. just next to us. So, ma'am, can you just move a little? So, just next to the Gandhi statue, we are here. If my camera person can pan and show. Yeah, if we can capture that, I don't know if we can get it, but yeah. So this is Mayo Road, of course, where the Gandhi statue is located, and Mamata Banerjee, of course, would be sitting here all through the day in protest against the Election Commission's decision. Back to you, Paulomi.
Indrajit, stay on with us. What we can see behind us is Mamata Banerjee constantly just working away on her phone. There's an iPad. It seems like she's just carrying on with her daily routine for the day. Now that she's got a seeming break of sorts from her campaigning, she's been rigorously campaigning every day, at least 4 different public meetings that she has been addressing on a regular basis. Today, of course, now she's spending time. She's in fact doing some work of hers, and if I'm not very mistaken, there's possibly some sketching also happening in the background. We do know that she does like to draw. She has sold some of her paintings as well. So she's keeping herself quite busy, sitting alone on her wheelchair. She's not surrounded by anyone. None of her leaders are there, only just the security, which is around the periphery of this enclosure, which has been created, where she is, of course, sitting on dharna at the moment. And I'm quite sure she is, in fact, painting. Those are some sort of watercolors that she seems to be using as she's working away on some sort of a pad that she's got kept on her lap at the moment. We'll, of course, try to find out and get it confirmed. From the distance that I can see behind me, that's what it looks like at the moment. Indrajit, I'll come back to you right now. You know, you have seen this avatar of Mamata Banerjee before. This is the pre-2011 avatar. Protests, dharna, agitation, demonstrations. How much of a dividend in your mind, because you've been on the ground, you've covered West Bengal like no other political reporter on the ground, how much dividend do you think this will pay off for Mamata Banerjee going forward into the subsequent 4 elections, 4 phases of this election, given that we're already past the halfway mark? Indrajit.
Well, Paulomi, what you said was absolutely correct. Mamata Banerjee, of course, she wants to spend the time, and this is very crucial optic. She's painting right now. So she has got the canvas with her. She has got, colors with her. We know that she has a knack of painting. She writes poems as well. So this is very, very crucial optic, because when the Election Commission bans her for campaigning, and there would always be the speculation that what is the kind of pressure that would be on the Trinamool Congress. Because remember, Mamata Banerjee is the sole, is a captain and the team. As far as the Trinamool Congress, is concerned, she is the playing 11 and she is the captain of the team. So unlike the BJP, where you have the Prime Minister, where you have the Home Minister, where you have BJP National President JP Nadda, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, the entire top brass of the BJP camping here in Bengal, for the Trinamool Congress, the team and the captain is the sole lady, Mamata Banerjee. And that, many would say, is the USP of the party. And Mamata Banerjee, as I said, she is the champion of playing this victim card. Nobody plays the victim card better than Mamata Banerjee. That's her forte. That's her ground. And we were given to understand from Trinamool Congress sources is that when that firing incident took place in Sitalkuchi, there was a sense within the Trinamool Congress camp that Mamata Banerjee will sit in dharna at Sitalkuchi. And then we were told that a section of the Trinamool Congress leaders advised her against it, because that may swing public opinion in a different way. And therefore, Mamata Banerjee that day, stuck to a press conference at Siliguri. And then, of course, came the Election Commission's, the other ban of the Election Commission, that no political leader would be able to enter the periphery of Cooch Behar district for 72 hours. That comes to an end tomorrow. So tomorrow, Mamata Banerjee will definitely attempt and go to Sitalkuchi to meet the family members, which she had done earlier through video conferencing. And of course, now Mamata Banerjee is trying to give that message, that impression, that optic, political optic, that she is in total control of the situation, that there is nothing to, be nervous about. That's the message that she would want to give to her party cadres. And that's precisely the reason why she is out here on a dharna painting. And mind you, Paulomi, even though the message would have been that Mamata Banerjee is not being allowed to campaign for 24 hours, remember, the kind of political optic that she will be putting out in front of hundreds of media cameras today, all through the day, would be far more impactful than a few more campaign rallies that she would have been doing. So Mamata Banerjee, of course, would play the victim card. Many are saying that this is something of a advantage to Mamata Banerjee, because she is a master in this art of playing the victim card, and that is exactly what we would be seeing, because it's not just Mamata Banerjee who is sitting here right now. As the crowd swells over the day, we would see a lot of people, a lot of Trinamool Congress supporters coming in. At the same time, people from other walks of life, from cinema, filmmakers, actors, theatre personalities, they will be coming here and gathering strength alongside Mamata Banerjee. Back to you.
Right, absolutely. Definitely high on optics, and like you said, she's made up for all the TV time that she wouldn't have possibly got with 4 campaign rallies. Here we are, we're covering the lady, and the fact that she is painting while she's sitting over there, this just goes to show that, at least she's giving away the impression that I'm very calm, I'm composed, I'm not nervous, you haven't rattled me, and I'm very confident going into the subsequent 4 phases of these elections. That's Mamata Banerjee, West Bengal Chief Minister, who seems to be painting behind me, using up her time in that manner as the crowd swells over here and the Trinamool Congress workers gather in larger numbers in order to show their support for their chief, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Indrajit, thank you so much for joining me. Now, staying with ban and the Election Commission, another ban order which has just come in from the Election Commission, that against BJP leader Rahul Sinha, who's also a candidate in the fray in these assembly elections. The Election Commission has imposed a 48-hour ban on him for a very provocative statement where he said that the central forces should have killed 8, not 4 persons when they fired in Sitalkuchi, Cooch Behar. Listen in to what Rahul Sinha had said.
শীতলকুচিতে 4 জনের বদলে 8 জনের মারা উচিত ছিল কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনীর। কেন কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনী 4 জনকে মারলো তার জন্য শোকজ করা উচিত কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনীকে। যারা ভোটের লাইনে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে, একটি 18 বছরের ছেলে বিজেপি করে এই অপরাধে গুলি করে প্রকাশ্যে ভোটের লাইনে গুলি চালায়, তাদের নেত্রী হচ্ছে মমতা ব্যানার্জি। যারা কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনীর দিকে বোম ছুড়ে মানুষকে ভোট দিতে দেবে না, তাদের নেত্রী হচ্ছে মমতা ব্যানার্জি।
Right, so you heard what Rahul Sinha said over there. Abhishek Mishra of the Bharatiya Janata Party is now joining me on this show. Abhishek, the BJP leaders have made some very provocative statements in the wake of the very tragic incident that happened in Sitalkuchi, Cooch Behar. While you say that Mamata Banerjee is all very defiant in the face of the notices that she received from the Election Commission and subsequently the ban order against her, the BJP top leadership has not condoned statements which have been made by Dilip Ghosh, by Rahul Sinha, by Arjun Singh, by Shantan Basu. Very provocative statements which in fact are insinuating and instigating a law and order situation. Would you agree or not?
Yeah, follow me. There's some issue with the audio, but I understood that overall that you were asking regarding the statements made by Rahul Sinha ji. Now, the basic point here is BJP as a party, it respects the constitutional mechanism. We respect the Election Commission. We respect the central paramilitary forces. We respect that the paramilitary forces are working under the direction of the Election Commission. It is not under BJP right now. But it is a TMC party, which is an anarchist party. It does not respect the CISF, nor the CRPF, nor the Election Commission, nobody. In fact, I told you earlier also, Hemanta Biswa Sharma ji, he had a ban in Assam on him. He did not go and sit in a protest. He accepted it. He gave to the Election Commission a reply. Similarly, Mamata Banerjee, she has made a very wrong, provocative statement saying that the Muslim vote should unite, not be divided. How can a chief minister in a secular country like ours ask votes on religious lines? How can she clearly say that? And because of that, an action has been taken on her. It's a justified action by the Election Commission. In fact, it could have been a larger action. But sitting on a protest
as well, because he did make a provocative statement. Are you not concerned about the statement that he made that the central forces should have shot at 8 people instead of 4 and taught everyone a lesson in Sitalkuchi?
See, simple point is simple, okay? Rahul Sinha ji, that statement is a wrong statement. Nobody can accept the statement. But the point is, Election Commission, that is a controlling authority of CISF, CRPF. Home Minister, Prime Minister, BJP have nothing to do right now during elections. The paramilitary forces are under Election Commission. Election Commission is an independent body to conduct the elections. So Rahul Sinha has made a factually wrong statement. He has made it under what, I don't know, some emotional aggravation. But actually, he has
Factually
no
wrong
authority.
statement, what was said by Shantanu Boshu earlier before Sitalkuchi happened, or what was said by Rahul Sinha later. Yes, the central forces are not listening to what Rahul Sinha or Shantanu Boshu or Dilip Ghosh are saying. The fact is that these are provocative statements. It's a very sensitive situation on the ground over here in West Bengal. We're witnessing violence on the ground, and that is the problem. Are you going to instigate the situation? Isn't that the problem?
See, the point is there are two separate things here. The paramilitary forces are not under BJP, Rahul Sinha, Amit Shah ji or Modi ji. It is right now under Election Commission. So whatever statements state level leaders in Bengal have made, those statements have no real bearing on what is really happening. They are working under Independent Election Commission, the CISF, CRPF, all the paramilitary forces. Secondly, these statements are wrong statements. And even the Prime Minister, Home Minister they have already said that none of the leaders at the ground level should make provocative statements. And the beauty of our Indian democracy.
Right, okay, Abhishek, I will have to interrupt you.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.